many Democrats does it take to screw in a light bulb?
It depends on how much Bitcoin you pay them.
Well, no, but I'm gonna say I'll let you know when the union gets back to me.
Welcome.
Wir willkommen zu the podcast.
This is a podcast. Oh.
Hopefully our friend from Austria revisits us tonight. I miss that guy.
What was his name? Manfred?
Yeah.
I don't think he was from Austria. Was he from Austria?
No, he said he was from Vienna.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. He speaks German. Yeah, Arnold is also from Austria. One of the best lines in kindergarten cop. I'm from Austria.
I'm from Austria. Boom.
Are you eating other people's lunches? Stop it! So yeah, we are a country divided again. And I think it's safe to say that we haven't been this divided since before the Civil War broke out. Obviously, you're never going to be more divided than that because they literally seceded.
Yeah, they assumed that Joe Biden would be a great unifier, and obviously, I mean, when I say they, I mean his base, because I keep saying they, but what I mean is all the people who voted for him.
Yeah, but therein lies part of the problem.
All they did was vote for somebody to get somebody out. Not all of them.
Well, and not just that.
Good portion.
So one of the things that, I mean, Democrats do it to a point, but predominantly like super people on the left do this all the time, is they have this mentality that's like, help me try to describe it. It's not necessarily holier than thou, although it is. But it's like, it's this notion that they know what's best for everyone.
Mm.
And that if you disagree with them, your opinion is not worth hearing because you are inferior mentally. But this is how we get to what Malcolm X warned about, is the white liberal, basically. Malcolm X warned about that in the 60s, in the heat of the civil rights. And if you don't believe me, you can Google it, YouTube it. There's video of him warning people to be wary of the white liberal because the white liberal is the most racist thing in the United States.
I mean, have you seen some of the videos of them talking, like legit, like these people, they're saying, well, they don't have computers in this to vote or do the research. And I'm like, I can't remember, it might have been, maybe, I don't think it was Steven Crowder. I think it was like one of those little small YouTube channels. Anyway, so they were talking to him. Yeah. We're very small.
Well, no, I think it was Turning Point.
So small.
I think Turning Point did a video like that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, actually.
And they're not small.
I think it might have actually been. I'm probably butchering his name, but I think his name's it's Patrick or something like that. He's a black conservative and he's gay, and he.
Double whammy of oppression.
I know, right? And he's literally just going around and just talking about it. And there's these people saying it wasn't him that they were talking to. They were talking to this girl, the gun girl.
Yeah, I think that's Turning.
Caitlyn?
I know who
she's
you're
not
talking
Turning.
about.
No, she was InfoWars.
Was she?
Yeah, Caitlyn Bennett.
Okay, yeah, I know who she
Bennett.
is.
She was InfoWars for a little while, and then
she did her own thing at one point.
She's still doing her own thing. I try to watch her stuff, like. But she's just gotcha.
My problem with her is she's always, and it's like I've touched on this before. There's a lot of conservatives or a lot of conservative pundits, I should say, a lot of conservative spokespeople that play the victim, and it's ironic that they do it because that's what they accuse liberals of doing all the time. But it's like you're being provocative, and not in the sense of like you're pushing the envelope. I mean, you're literally provoking people on camera.
Yeah, and
And then when they react negatively, they play the victim.
That's not constructive at all.
I caught some heat for that clip.
The pundit? Yeah.
I figured I would, but boy.
It was because of the...
yeah, I don't care.
The name, and honestly, the funny thing is, if they watch it...
I say that he's right.
Yeah, it's...
But the way he's going about it
called clickbait.
Oh no, that's it's kind of like our
purse. That kind
of like our special interview with guest host Alex Jones and Ben Shapiro.
That was fun.
That is clickbait. That one got some hate too, and that got so bad that anytime I put a clip of that up, I actually put satire warning in the description.
Yeah, I don't get how like people really think that a channel with 40 subscribers
has Ben Shapiro and Alex Jones on it.
Just gonna put that out there.
Which I do want to pat ourselves on the back a little bit, because that podcast was a little over an hour. I think that was close to an hour and a half.
And every bit of it was ad-libbed.
Yes, there was
nothing scripted.
Even the ads were not scripted. I had a bullet point list of like the ideas I wanted to go with, and some ideas in my head, like the Bank of Nigeria, and then the Buffalo Bills lotion. I knew I wanted to use it puts the lotion in the basket and then into a box and ships it to your door, but it was all ad-libbed.
Uh-oh.
Which I gotta say is pretty damn impressive.
Dr. Sasquatch put it in the box and shipped it to the door. No, we don't get paid.
I'm not. I haven't tried Dr. Squatch. I am a.
Yeah, what are you using?
Tactical Soap Company, or it's actually, I think the parent company is actually called Grondike.
Tactical Nuts. That's what he's using.
Which, funny, and I swear to God, we're not getting paid for this. They don't even know we exist. But I tried the new scent pack, which has Top Gun 2, Durden 2, and Bond 2.
Durden? Like as in Tyler Durden?
Yeah. Though he was inspired by Fight Club to start the soap company.
Okay.
So the first scent was Durden. But holy shit. Bond 2, I'm telling you, man, if I was a chick, I would fuck me. But really, I do like it because I don't know what they did different, but it's kind of like, it kind of feels like light sandpaper, not in a bad way.
So kind of like a cat licking you?
Actually, yes, very similar to a cat licking you.
I should not have been able to guess that. I have cats.
That's it. Well, so do I. I didn't think about that. But man, I'm like, it just feels good. Like I don't want to stop scrubbing, and I know it sounds like we're being paid, but we're not. I wish we were. I would sponsor the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Hell, we're doing it for free.
Hit us up, Manscaped.
I want to try that shit too. Man, ever since I started getting super into these YouTube shows, there's so many things that I fucking tried and still want to try. Because like I bought into Tactical Soap Company. Shout out to Rich Cooper, Entrepreneurs in Cars. Pretty good YouTube channel.
So you bought into them, as in stocks?
No. I just bought the product.
Oh, okay.
And then got a shout out to Talk is Jericho. I think that was the first time I heard of Magic Spoon cereal. But I hear that all the time now. That shit's amazing. And I want to try Manscaped and Tej Hanley. Because I'm super into skincare now.
All right, so back
That's
to
our capitalist corner.
Capitalist
because
corner.
I am a dirty capitalist pig.
Intro, Capitalist Corner. That should be a segment. We're going to start doing segments now.
Maybe. That might not be a bad thing to do. Because, again, we're very exploring in this format, which brings us to another announcement. You can now listen to the Average Intelligence Podcast on Spotify.
Yes.
By simply searching Average Intelligence Podcast. Or you can also listen to us on Anchor.fm, which is powered by Spotify, but that's the hosting platform that they use. And we will be coming to other platforms soon. It takes a little bit longer for it to get, I guess, put together. We got on Spotify almost instantly because of Anchor is powered by Spotify, but should soon be available on Apple Podcasts and on a bunch of other platforms. But the Spotify is really exciting.
Yes.
So in the near future, we're going to upload new episodes will be put on Spotify a day or two after we do the live. So I'm thinking we'll probably do live episodes on YouTube on Wednesdays, and then on Friday it'll be uploaded onto Spotify. And then I'm going to sporadically add older episodes onto Spotify. So we'll probably have one new episode and one old episode per week until we get caught up.
Yes, and
because I don't want to throw it all on there at the same time.
I know it's June, but July 4th, look out for that one. That one's going to be fun. It's not going to be live or anything like that. We're going to
blow some shit up.
Yeah, we're going to record me throwing stuff at him. No.
Oh, fuck. I'm the game.
Okay.
I've already taken chops to the chest. I'm fine.
Yeah, Ben did get you pretty good on that.
Yeah, he did.
The slow-mo was fantastic.
Slow-mo was awesome. You pick up the echo in the slow-mo.
Yeah, you don't hear it too much.
You don't hear it in the regular. The slow-mos were... It's okay, I got my revenge, though, because I won back. All events welcome, World Championship.
Damn right, that's our game. Well, our challenge.
It's our World Championship.
Yes. So anyway, anyone is allowed to...
all events and all people welcome.
So anyone is welcome.
And should you want to check out the history of the All Events Welcome Championship, there is a playlist on the Arte Media page that is just All Events Welcome title. I think there's 10 videos up there, which is insane if you think about it. That there's been 10 videos worth of content for that stupid fake belt. I mean, very influential, highly prized real belt.
Yes, AMC.
Yeah, rub it in. I jump in the investing game with this guy and everything I buy goes down, except for the one thing I didn't buy into was fucking AMC.
Well, the only problem is the stuff that I bought into. I bought into several stuff. I went on a spree there for a while. I bought up XRP, Dogecoin.
I still think everything is gonna.
Well, I think it's all gonna go too. But I bought in when the stuff was like extremely cheap.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping with Shiba Inu.
Oh man, Shiba Inu. Did I tell you about Pitbull?
Yeah.
I have 76 billion of them. I'm like, even if it gets like 4 zeros and 1,
that's my
I've
logic.
got $1 million.
That's my logic with Shiba. And again, the genius of what I did with Shiba is none of it's my money. I took the free money from Coinbase, transferred it to Bitcoin, and then used the Bitcoin to buy Shiba Inu.
Yeah, and the thing is, this was a reverse situation on the Shiba Inu. He got it when it was fairly cheap. And
2.6 million coins.
He got 2.6 million for like what, $45?
It was about 40 by the time everything was converted. Yeah.
The site, or not the site, but the app I used was crypto.com, and it fucked up.
That's some fucking scam shit right there.
And it made me purchase.
You double purchased on
accident. It made me double purchase, and then when it dipped, I bought more. And it has not gone back up. It actually went down further.
Well, that's what happened with my Shiba, because it's about 50% what it was when I bought in.
I've got $290 invested, and I've got fucking $90 in the damn account. I'm like, come on, dog. But I have only $800 invested in AMC, and I'm sitting at 7,000.
I'm gonna be able to make some moves really quick because I don't even think you know this. I got a tenant finally.
You did?
Yep. They're moving in this Sunday.
He owns double for any new viewers, and
it's not available no more.
Yeah. Well, so is it a college person?
Yep.
A girl?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, is she ugly?
I'm not gonna go into that.
She's not watching, is she?
No.
He's not gonna tell her about it now.
I wasn't planning on. That would be weird. I'm gonna have very little interaction with this person on purpose.
As you should.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just weird. You know, you don't want to be that landlord like, hey, how you doing?
Well, yeah, I don't want to be that chummy either, because at some point this person might owe me money and shit's gonna get serious. I don't foresee an issue, but
I see. Keep strong, Daniel-san.
Banzai! Don't shout that.
Somebody's gonna come crawling out of the wall. Ah! Oh, jeez.
Oh, that reminds me. History fact: the anniversary of D-Day is upon us. Very soon.
What do you know? Considering China just threatened nuclear war.
Well, I mean, China didn't have much to do with D-Day, but I see your point.
You know, well, I mean, doomsday.
I'd like to
nuclear.
I'd like to see China try.
You know, the funny thing is,
China can't even keep a virus inside of China.
Hold on, I was talking to my wife about this today. I was like, think about all their products that they make. I was like, shit doesn't last very long.
Not no mo.
I was like, so I'm pretty sure that we'll be okay.
They're gonna have to. Well, unfortunately, they could build a viable nuclear weapon with Biden as president because we'll sell them the raw material.
Speaking of, this is complete hearsay, but there are several places reporting on it. I don't know if you've heard of it. And I don't know if Trump said this, but he's talking that he's going to be reinstated as president in August.
No.
Have you read up on it at all? Have you heard it?
No, but it doesn't matter.
Do you know about what's going on with Dominion right now?
Oh, with the yeah.
Now the thing is, if it comes out to where there's an overwhelming amount of evidence, it's like, what do we do about that?
The votes have already been ratified. It's done.
That's what I'm thinking. But the thing is, like, a lot of people think that
but
that someone could just take over because
no.
Physically they could.
With
I'm not saying
army?
they can't. Well, I mean, if you have people, you have a great portion of we could split. We could legit split.
I don't see that happening, and for the sole reason of this is going to sound very bad, and I don't mean this for everyone. I mean society as a whole.
Now, this is just speculation, and this is fucking hyper inflated situation.
But
so
as a society, we fucking soft.
That's true.
Well, and plus, frankly, if it comes down to left versus right in a civil war, the left doesn't stand a chance because they don't got no guns. That's not
entirely true.
Comparatively speaking.
Well, the reason I say that is because look at those autonomous zones. Like a lot of people that were there, but I don't necessarily think they were left or right. I think they were just like.
I think those were fucking punks that were looking for an excuse to act like morons.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta love how the left is anti-gun until they set up an autonomous zone, and then all of a sudden they're necessary to maintain order.
Yeah, they think they can run their own country.
And yet private citizens aren't allowed to have them. See how that works?
They think they can run their own country, and then they end up with walls.
And then they end up with walls. They end up with armed Gestapo-style police. And I say Gestapo-style police because they were, in fact, beating people to death.
Yes.
People that disagreed with them. What did one person say? They had a camera, and they literally beat him to death?
Mm-hmm.
In Chaz.
This wasn't an autonomous zone, but you know who Andy No is?
Yes, I know who he is.
And you remember what happened to him?
Yep, he had
just recording.
He had permanent, and he's
unbiased. He was completely unbiased at that time, and then after that happened, he's like, nah, fuck you guys.
He's not unbiased now.
Because the thing is,
that man is on a mission.
He never said, and that's the thing is.
And I support you. Sir.
No one does any of their fucking research. They don't, find out.
He was there recording a protest, and what was it? A bike lock? I think he said it was a bike lock.
Yeah, hit him, smashed him over the top of the head with it.
Yeah, caved in his skull, and he has permanent brain damage. I think I heard him say once. Like, obviously, he can still walk and talk and everything. But frankly, I'd say he's lucky to be alive. I'm sure he certainly thinks so. But man, he's on a mission now.
Shit, if he didn't carry before, he's carrying now.
Oh, I betcha. Mm-hmm.
Somebody tried him with bike lock. Pew pew.
Well, but and that's basically what I'm getting at, though, is and you can see all these videos on YouTube all the time. It's like you have a bunch of punks that think they're tough until somebody starts swinging back.
Yeah, they got their arms crossed like tough guys.
Yeah, totally. Actually, I'm hiding my man tits.
Me too.
And failing miserably.
Oh, jeez.
It's the angle. It's the angle.
It is the angle.
No,
so,
it's not. It's my fat fucking ass. Anyhow. Hey, I admit it. I got a fucking problem.
I do too.
And it's okay.
It's called Pepsi.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, legitimately, that is my fucking problem.
I was 2 months. I was 2 months
Fuck
clean.
Off. How did you do that?
I was 2 months clean from soda. And I say this like a drug addict because I don't care what anyone says, man. Caffeine doesn't really affect me. It just gives me headaches. But I'm addicted to the soda. But anyway,
I'm legit addicted to the soda.
I was 2 months clean, no soda whatsoever. And then I was like 3-4 months clean of fucking caffeine. And then here I am, dude. I drank a 24-pack of Pepsi in like 4 days. I got problems.
You know, the best advice I can give you on that is buy the minis.
Or just don't buy them. That's the problem.
Well, but here's the thing, though, because this is what I found, at least for me. Because I tried to quit cold turkey. I followed your example.
I do it all the time, and it provides me good results.
We're different. But
I bet you're like, oh.
Well, no. I didn't. It wasn't even headaches, and I admit I'm fucking pitiful when it comes to this. But I noticed that because like this is truly addict speak right here, and I know I got a fucking problem. If I don't have, it's actually easier for me to drink less if I know I have it available.
No, complete opposite.
Holy shit. We're totally different there. Because what I did is and this worked for me really, really well way back, and then I fell off the wagon when I had my surgery, and then I fell off the wagon again when I hurt my knee. But
if anyone watching has any comments or anything like that, questions or whatnot.
My problem is I don't have a replacement because it's truly the fucking taste that I Just
right.
That's what it is. Because like I drink water, but fucking nobody likes to drink water, and if you do, you're fucking lying.
I love water.
If I'm working out, I love water.
Apparently, I'm pointing to a bottle of water, but have you ever had high pH water?
Yeah.
It changes your life.
Yeah, we mentioned that before.
Legit, like pH water that's like lower, it makes I feel like it makes you more thirsty, and then higher pH water, just like you can drink a little bit and be actually quenched.
Well, a lot of water adds minerals for electrolytes, but an unfortunate byproduct of that is it doesn't dehydrate you, but it can make you more thirsty in the moment. But obviously, as you drink more
water.
Kind
of like Aquafina. Yeah, Aquafina has salt in it.
Yeah, but I mean that's not uncommon.
They put fucking salt in the water.
It's trace amounts. It's not enough to make it.
I don't care. It makes you thirsty.
Yeah, I don't care. It makes you thirsty.
A little bit of salt water. I mean, have you ever gone down to the fucking Florida and get bashed by the waves? It tastes like shit. It's fun. I miss Florida. Anyway.
I don't know why we went British there.
I don't fucking know.
You sound like Margaret Thatcher.
You son of a bitch. So, we'll
speaking of the UK,
get back to our topics.
Speaking of the UK, though, you know who Craig Ferguson is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I miss that guy on late night.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't remember him from the late night. I remember him from something else, and I cannot put my finger on it.
I'd seen him in other
I think it was like a sitcom or something.
He was on the Drew Carey show. That was his first big break in the States.
That has to be it then.
Yeah, it was his boss.
Because Cleveland rocks.
I loved the Drew Carey show, and it's hilarious. But my point being,
I like Ryan Stiles.
He was good in that show, especially, but
he's good anywhere.
I miss Craig Ferguson because I don't like those late night shows ever. Like it was like, oh, you don't watch Conan? No. Conan's had a handful of good bits, namely the Uber ride or the Lyft share ride and the driver's ed.
He's tall as fuck.
Yeah, but he did a couple of videos with Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. And the ride-alongs with they were in a Lyft ride-along and then a student driver ride-along. Those are fucking hilarious, but it's not because of Conan. It's because of Ice Cube mainly. Because Ice Cube is funny as fuck.
Dude, Ice Cube he's got that passive-aggressive funny.
That's what I'm saying. He's like...
He just gave that look.
He's got a very dry sense of humor. And part of it is the fact that he has some credibility from his other work. So when he does something funny, it's kind of like... I don't want to say it's unexpected, but you're not... I mean, you expect it now, but back in the day when he started...
You're not looking for it.
Yeah, you're not looking for it.
When it just hits you like,
Yeah, but I miss Craig Ferguson because this show, like... I'd say that was the one late night show that I would ever watch just to see the host.
Oh. Yeah.
Because most of the time you might tune into one, it's like, oh, because so-and-so is going to be on it. It's like, okay, I'll stick around to watch that, but I'd always watch for Craig Ferguson. That dude was fucking hilarious.
I never watched it. I guess I should look up some tidbits.
Oh, man, his ability to banter is second to none. And he can do it with anybody. And it's always funny, and it's just good shit.
Well, that's when you have somebody like who's really good at it. Is like when they can like go back and forth and just keep going.
Well, I think one of my favorite moments on his show was he actually had Chris Pine on, and I don't remember what movie he was promoting, but anyway, you know who Chris Pine is, right? Yeah.
Took me a second, but I was like, oh yeah, the Wonder Woman, and then
so Craig Ferguson's a harmonica.
Captain Kirk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Craig Ferguson is a harmonica player. But, of course, to get laughs, he always refers to it as a mouth organ. And he'll have guests come on, he's like, so do you want to play the mouth organ?
And there's like,
Yeah, basically, and Chris Pine's like, he's like, or what was it? He's like, do you play the mouth organ? And he's like, just kind of looks at him, he's like, do you play the mouth organ? And then Craig, not missing a beat, just leans back, sips out of his mug, he's like, how do you think I got this job?
Son of a bitch.
Like, not missing a beat.
I can't find it.
But yeah, so the political divide. What I really wanted to get into tonight was basically how I'm sure you've all noticed that pretty much everything has become politicized these days.
Everything.
And it's a shame, because take something like COVID-19, which, regardless of your opinion, you can agree that, like, a global pandemic should not be all that political. Unless you just have a nut job saying that it's a complete hoax.
Except, it's not a complete hoax. That it's not a. I can't fucking talk. Did you see Fauci's emails were released?
Yeah, and most of it's fairly benign from what I can tell. But there's a handful of things
where he literally said that it's not that bad. There's just crazy people all around the world.
Yeah.
Coming straight from Fauci's mouth. And then when it all first started, he said
Fauci
not to wear masks and he switches.
Fauci's got a history of bullshitting, though, which is why I don't particularly care for the guy.
Wait a minute. You're saying a doctor can be bought?
Oh. Fuck yeah.
It's political, people. That's all it is. We've been spouting this.
How do you think most antidepressants get prescribed over another?
Yeah, and so
how do you think that there has become an Adderall problem in the United States?
Speed in general.
Well,
like
yeah,
methamphetamines.
But here's my point, though. Adderall, particularly, or its generic derivatives.
Your kid's got ADHD. He needs to be on this.
Yeah, drug companies have been buying doctors for a very long time.
They don't want you healthy. They
want
your business.
The medical industrial complex relies on people being sick.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you?
And like, billions and billions and billions and billions. Like,
well, and here we're gonna.
We haven't used this for a while.
Yeah. Why do you think they shut down gyms?
Don't say it too loud.
Why do you? Oh yeah, there were bugs. Why do you think they shut down gyms during a global pandemic when people that are immunocompromised are at the highest risk of the disease? And what's one of the best ways to boost your immune system if you don't have an underlying health condition?
Eat junk food?
Wrong.
Jerk off.
Well, actually,
that's not good for you because, believe it or not, ejaculating all that DNA is taxing on your energy system. And if you jerk off too much...
I guess, do you rub crystals on your balls, too?
Every day.
That's nonsense. Do you know how much sperm your body creates on its own?
Too much. I have 2 kids, I know. And I know the exact points and dates when I had them. I'm very fertile.
Fertile as fuck, boy.
I probably shouldn't put that on the internet.
I mean, yeah. I may or may not have had a hysterectomy. And where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, so... Which I find hysterical now, because now when I go to the gym, there's a big sign that says... And I shit you not, this is a direct quote. It says, exercise is medicine. As though this were not known. As if we had no fucking idea.
Healthy lymphatic system, healthy immune system, all that fun stuff. It's like exercise.
Well, and here we go again,
which I haven't been doing.
In terms of not just COVID, in terms of any contagious disease, what's probably the most dangerous place you can be is the supermarket, the grocery store.
Or
if
you're standing in line at McDonald's.
Yeah, right. Both. Well, they closed down lobbies of McDonald's. You can only drive through.
Still open.
I know they're open now.
Oh, they're open now.
I mean,
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Pandemic.
Well,
but we were allowed in the grocery store, and if you think for a fucking second that everybody was adhering to social distancing, you're more far gone than I thought. Because it's just it's not fucking possible. It's not in a place like Walmart. If it's crowded, you're lucky to get 2 feet.
Well, that's also because the motherfuckers put everything out in the damn walking aisle.
Correct.
I'm like, could you all stop trying to oversell? Like, if you're really worried about people walking in on a certain fucking side of the door and going in a certain way, that shit drives me insane.
Which actually, I love that, but for very specific reasons.
I hated it because they don't follow the fucking rules of the road.
But they don't do it anyway. That's what annoys the shit out of me.
Why is there entrance on the left?
That is
It
weird.
makes no sense.
Actually, what do you mean? What?
Their entrance is on the left instead of the right. Like when you're entering and
right,
exiting.
because it's the opposite of how we drive.
When you drive, I'm like, that's what the fuck?
Because apparently
every store does that.
Apparently Walmarts were designed in Europe.
Kroger too.
I know, it's all of them. It don't make no sense. Just make it flow like traffic. It'll be fine.
Well, sometimes I get pissy because people walking in out the exit, and I'm just like, dude, can't you fucking read?
Oh, I know. I hate that shit.
Yeah, but I do it at Kroger. Because they close down the doors, to be fair.
Renegade.
They lock the fucking doors at a certain hour.
I know. Well, but I always share this, like, early in the, like, right when they started doing this bullshit. They had that thing where you could only, like, walk down an aisle a certain way. Mm-hmm. And...
that cracked me up. I didn't follow. I'm sorry. I didn't follow
Nobody
that.
did.
Someone did, and they were, like, trying to give me shit, and I was like, well, I'm not going to fucking walk all the way around this way just to go. I was like,
this is exactly what happened to me, but this is better. So, where... I needed strawberry... jam or peanut butter. It was one of the two, but they're in the same fucking place. It's right on the end of the aisle. If I wanted to reach, I didn't even technically have to step into the aisle to get it. I could have. But, there was a Walmart employee who was stocking shelves right there. And again, I was far away from this person. But I go to procure my sustenance, my nourishment. And this jackass goes, "Hey! You can't walk through this aisle this way." And I
would have just dropped it. Sorry.
Well, and I would like to paint the picture for everyone. This gentleman was wearing a face mask, but it was down here.
Oh my gosh.
And and I'm not being a dick. I'm just like, hey man, I'm just grabbing these. Like, you need to walk around. I'm like, okay. Let me get this straight. In a pandemic where this is incredibly infectious, where I can theoretically give you this disease by touching something and then you touching the thing in question, you want me to walk, I'd say, 10 times the distance around the store, possibly contaminating 2 aisles instead of 1, as opposed to taking 1 step inside and grabbing my shit and then leaving. And that is the madness that was the COVID policy in the United States.
That's also workers acting like they got a bigger dick than they really do.
Which is what it really comes down to, and that's what the whole thing came down to. Is people wanting it because people want to feel like they're in charge.
Uh-huh.
And throughout this whole thing, it's as though we forgot how science works. Not even science. It's like we forgot how viruses work. We've known how viruses work for a very long time. We've had knowledge of inoculation since at least the 1700s. Actually, you know that part of the reason our country exists today is due to inoculation. Welcome to history time. So, during the Revolution, the whole camping at, Valley Forge. Yeah, I don't know what it is. They found the bunker. Somebody's shooting off fireworks, it sounds like.
Oh, okay.
They're shooting outside. They found the bunker.
I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, I hope no...
Oh, no, it can't be the lefties. They're firing guns.
That's what I was saying. I was like, they found us. We're done.
We're not going off the air till YouTube cuts us off. Don't cut us off the air, YouTube.
Yeah, like that one time.
I just remember they've done it before.
All right, so your history time. There we go.
So, during the Revolutionary War, or at the time, I think it was called just the war, but anyway, the War for Independence.
They won a war.
However, in the winter, the Continental Army was camped at Valley Forge under General George Washington. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it seems appropriate, so we're going to keep going.
I was going to hop in once.
There was an outbreak of smallpox at Valley Forge, and it could have killed many men. Many men. In order to stop the spread of smallpox from killing many men, George Washington made the order that all soldiers in the Continental Army would be inoculated for smallpox.
You kind of sound like the little history videos that were in black and white.
Yeah,
the guy talking.
Not really in the
just with a little more accent.
It's a little bit more of a British accent, but
I like it. Now in the war.
Now at this time we did not have vaccines. Okay, that's more the American. Now this time we did not have vaccines in the contemporary May, So in order to inoculate oneself with smallpox, one had to take a needle, stab one of the pox. What's the singular for pox? I think it's just a pox. Stab one of the fucking things. And then
chicken pox?
Well, yeah, just like they had smallpox, right?
Smallpox, not chicken pox.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program. They had to stab one of the pox and then stab himself with the same needle, thus giving himself smallpox. They had I believe it was a 76% survival rate. Which, to be fair, in that context, that's pretty fucking good. Considering you could die from taking a shit the wrong way in the late 1700s. Dysentery.
Yeah, I was going to say dysentery.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Even up to the Oregon Trail, you could die from dysentery.
Man, the last painful shit you'll ever have.
What a fucking awful way to go.
You died from dysentery.
Especially if your last words were, oh, shit. And what's worse is your body still expels waste after you die, so, like, it's not even over.
That was not the last
This
shit.
Wonderful picture has been brought to you by...
When you clip this, you should make it in black and white. And then just take the audio from it, and then just make it another entirely video.
Still my favorite JFK quote, and it's not because of what he says, it's because of how he says it. We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard.
I choose to have sex with this woman, not because she is easy, but because I am hard.
And because she is Marilyn Monroe, and I have blood flowing through my veins.
It's one of the greatest memes I've ever seen. Choose to have sex with this woman, not because she's easy.
Do you know about JFK's badassery during the Second World War, though?
I think we talked about this briefly, but continue. Say it.
He was shipwrecked in the Pacific. And, oh my god, I'm blanking on some of the details. I forget which battle it was, but anyway. So he and a couple guys...
Yep, I agree, dude.
What does he say?
He said Great Reset is real. And I agree. I believe it's real, but I don't know if this is it.
Yeah, I don't know if this is it. But
could be.
So anyway, JFK, they're shipwrecked. So he and a couple of his buddies walk across an entire fucking island.
They're walking?
Oh, man, I need to research this before I retell the story, because I'm drawing a complete blank. That's another thing. There's a misconception. There you go. Walking through the dungeon, I saw you.
I thought he was going to continue his story, and I was going to give him a
I started laughing and I started blanking.
Sorry.
I had walking through the dungeon, I see a dragon late at night, and then I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's a dungeon. How do I know it's night?
Well, I mean, it could be a very large dungeon.
How would I know it's
night? If you're in the dungeon, they generally have bars you can see out. So you're walking through the dungeon, kind of you see a dragon at night.
That's kind of a hospitable dungeon to have windows and such.
It's pretty... He's a songwriter at heart.
Through the blood in my veins flows the blood of minstrels. Fuck, where was I? Oh yeah, so I'll grace you with... Basically, there was a message written on a coconut. And then when they were rescued, JFK kept the coconut, and it was actually on his desk as a paperweight when he was serving as president. Pretty badass.
That is pretty badass.
Pretty badass. There are a lot of badass stories, particularly during the Second World War. There were just a lot of badassery going along. Like the Battle of Midway. But we'll get into that another time.
Was it World War I or World War II where something happened and they all stopped and they had Thanksgiving together?
That was the First World War, and that was the Christmas. There's a couple different names for it, but there's basically like the Christmas armistice. Yeah, and actually, it didn't happen across the entire line of the Western Front.
And they didn't want to even go back to fighting after that, but they had to.
It's a funny story because a lot of what basically resumed the fighting was officers on both sides were sent communications from their respective generals saying that, fraternization with enemy troops was no longer permissible and it was actually punishable by death. Yeah, so this was, of course, also because this was in the winter of 1915, and this is really before the fighting got super, like there had been fighting, but this is before it got really, 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 really bloody. What?
Ben, he says, Wow. Dungeons and Dragons and guitars all around great entertainment with menstrual cycles and coconuts.
We bring you the highest quality, most diverse entertainment here on the Average Intelligence Podcast.
We bring you coconuts.
The intelligence is average, but the entertainment is above average. You never know. Actually, one of our tagline, one of the lines in our description on Spotify is, "You never know what you're gonna get."
Right. Like the video, Ben.
That's why people tune in to see the lunacy and to get fun facts and crypto advice. Yeah. Not health advice, though. Don't listen to us. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
No, we know how to eat.
And yet, health and wellness is one of the most requested episodes that we get. And yet, I just don't want to do it because I look like this.
The thing is, look, I may look like this. I know what I'm doing.
I'm just not doing it.
I have 2 kids. I work. I'm tired, lazy. I'm hungry. I just want to eat and drink Pepsi. I don't eat Pepsi. You could freeze it.
Yeah. Pepsi ice cubes.
Dude.
We did that.
Yeah.
We've done that. And also, we disagree on the soda choice. He's a Pepsi guy. I'm a
It's
Coke
weird
guy.
because when we were kids, he was a Pepsi
That's
guy.
because all my dad bought.
Yeah, but was that your mom's too?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. When I was younger, I did prefer Pepsi because I didn't fucking know any better.
When we had to walk like 4 miles, that's what we decided to drink instead of water when we got back.
No, this was after we downed bowls of water first.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and we also drank out of a stream.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid.
Well, that water was clean. It tasted really good.
Yeah, nothing happened.
That was also 20 years ago.
Was it?
We were 13 or 14. So yeah, that's 20 years ago. 20 fucking years ago.
That's fucked up. I saw something on TikTok the other day where they basically, like, this one was like, yeah, you want to hear some bullshit? Kids today, like, learning about the 90s in history is like what it was like when we were kids learning about the 60s.
That's true.
I know, and I was like, oh, fuck.
But the one sound they don't know.
I'm assuming that was a dial-up modem.
Or dying cat. Your choice. It's fucking hot in here.
Yeah, Ben got super excited. Speaking of Benji, the co-host on the Down the Middle podcast.
Watch at Media.
Yep. Watch and or listen on Spotify.
Oh, you guys on Spotify too?
Yep. I put it up there today. Because I wanted to be conservative about it, but you know what? This platform's badass. I'm just gonna. And I would get into it, but we have to record an ad for it for the podcast on Spotify. So you'll get you want the details, you gotta listen.
You gotta listen for
on
the
Spotify.
Deets.
And it's gonna be in the middle, so you have to listen to the whole episode.
Down the middle.
Yeah.
They talk about wrestling.
Wrestling. Actually, our last episode was a really, really good one.
Was that with Hazard?
Hazard F5, who had a big announcement, which we will announce on this Sunday on Down the Middle, because we don't want to cross streams too much.
Don't cross the streams.
I mean, you got to do it once in a while just for shits and giggles, but you don't tell people about it.
I kind of got the whole Joker eye. See? All right, enough staring at myself.
It's unnerving.
It is. There we go.
I can only imagine how, without context of...
Do you know how I feel? Look at the Jack Nicholson thing going on.
That word.
Here's Johnny. I can't speak like fucking Jack. Anyway, sorry.
Who was I was talking to a buddy of mine. Well, I say he's a buddy. He's actually somebody I know through work. He's a sales rep that I work with. But we're really chummy. He's a really cool dude. We should have him on the podcast sometime. He can give us some, because he lives in San Diego. He can give us some California.
Oh gosh.
Happenings. He doesn't hate it, but he's not a loony lefty.
Well, that's the thing. I guarantee there's still people there that love where they live.
Well, he's in SoCal, so Southern California, particularly San Diego, seems to be a little bit more normal.
No, like Los Angeles.
Yeah, but anyway, we were and I mean even
Sacramento. Is it Sacramento or is it San Francisco?
I don't know that Sacramento is all that much better, but San Francisco is insane, from what I can gather. Damn it, Egon. Egon.
Oh, damn. Crossing the streams.
Oh. Anyway.
So what'll happen? Imagine everything reversing in time and everything exploding all at once. I think that's what he said. It's been a long time.
Oh my god, I totally forgot where I was going.
Talking about your sales rep friend.
Oh yeah. So we were shooting the shit the other day, and I forget what movie he brought up. He was like, "Oh, you couldn't make that movie today." I'm like, "No, I'll tell you what movie you couldn't make today is fucking Ace Ventura, the first one." Because of Lieutenant Einhorn, formerly known as Ray Finkel. Like, literally, I was thinking about it. You could not make that movie today. It would be too offensive. Because the statement, Einhorn is a man, is offensive.
I'm surprised they're making a Jackass 4.
Are they really? Mm-hmm. Isn't that a little played out?
No.
Says the guy who took 2 chops on the internet.
Exactly. No. Well, it is kind of played out because there's some controversy going around about that. But they kicked Bam Margera out because the dude was going to be paid $5 million and he just couldn't stay sober. And it's like, you know, I don't know.
I still miss Wild Boys.
Torn about. I didn't care for Wild Boys.
I loved Wild Boys, mostly because of the episode where they talked about the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you remember what I'm talking about? Psychophilus satanicus. It's actually how I remember the scientific name for the Tasmanian devil.
It wasn't Wild Boys, but it was on a movie. I think it was Jackass 1, and they were playing with sea cucumbers. And apparently sea cucumbers emit that white stuff out. That's pretty funny.
I guess apparently why it's doubly funny is because they didn't know that, and the biologist that they were with mentioned it to them, and then they were like, fuck yeah.
Hey, Ben, is your like button broke? What's going on with it, bro?
Bitch. Oh, he's just mad because he lost his title.
Yeah, speaking of, since the video's out now, when are you going to challenge?
I'm not challenging anybody. I have the belt.
Someone has to challenge you, right?
Yeah.
I forgot the rules, man.
Or
I need to go back and watch the video.
Or yeah.
He liked it.
The video, the first video on the oh my god, I'm drawing a complete fucking blank. The All Events Welcome Championship.
Walter Cronkite.
I'm not the way it is.
Anyway. I know, dude.
There's a Skeeter. Anyway, if you want, the first video on the playlist of the All Events Welcome Championship is the rules and bylaws, because we're not just flying, making this shit up as we go. There are rules.
These rules.
So the other way is if the commissioner announces a game or the
Is Ben the commissioner or am I?
Actually, technically, Sasha is.
Oh, then we're gonna have a talk.
Get on that.
We're gonna have a talk.
But it's okay because we've all submitted our legacy. We have all made history with that belt.
I won it first.
Won it first. Ben successfully defended it first, and then I'm the first ever 2-time champion. So, I'm okay with that.
I am okay. So let's get back to the old Republicans versus Democrats. Unless, did you have?
I don't even think it's Republicans versus Democrats. So
not
much
even saying. I'm just.
It's left versus right, and how just.
I mean, it is Republicans versus Democrats if you think about it, because...
Well, kind of. And what I mean by that is there are moderate Democrats that I would not consider crazy. They just have a different viewpoint on how things should be done. Same with Republicans. There are batshit crazy Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is clinically fucking insane.
Yeah, because she still thinks that she's going to impeach him. I commented on one of her posts today, and I said I didn't vote for the guy, and I don't necessarily care for him, but I said, what are you going to impeach him on what grounds? I said, are you going to pull another Trump? I mean, you got to have a reason, and it's got to be legit.
And not only that, like, she takes... So the QAnon thing, I don't think the entire conspiracy. I think there are facts, or not facts. I think there are parts of some of what they're saying that I'm kind of like, yeah, I can see that. I don't think it's a satanic cabal of...
Get that out of your hair,
that you were going to slap me in the face.
Yeah, he had a fly in his hair. Mr. Pence over here. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, man, how funny would that have been if he'd just been like...
Oh, my gosh, though. What if somebody got up and just smacked his head for him?
Fucker.
All right.
We're going to kill this bastard. Oh, we can't have animal cruelty on TV or video.
It's an insect. Is an insect technically an animal?
Yes. So you remember the movie Just Married, I think, with Ashton Kutcher and...
Never seen it.
Okay, well, there's a scene...
What are you talking about, though?
Yeah, there's a scene in that movie where they stop at a motel and there's a roach crawling on Ashton Kutcher. There's a real roach, and actually there were animal handlers, plural. There were more than one animal handlers to make sure the cockroach was not only not killed, but abused. Oh. It's a fucking cockroach, which you can't kill the bastards anyway, so I don't know what they're afraid of.
You chop its head off. No, that's worm. Roach can live like a little while without its head.
I think live is a strong word, but yes, it has bodily function.
Much like your typical super lefties. Well, they don't have a head.
Their brains have been removed from their body for...
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, so like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And,
I think she's a goddamn alien.
Dude.
You see it, if you slapped her hard enough in the face, the cap would open and there'd be a little fucking green dude inside.
Don't go looking for Jason Waterfalls. It's a Jason Waterfall.
So I'm gonna bitch about the first Men in Black for something that's really stupid. So when that alien's dying, he's like, "The galaxy is on Orion's."
And then he continues talking.
And then he says another fucking sentence. Really?
It's like you couldn't say "elt."
You can't say belt, but you can then say, "That is where it is." That, my friends, is writing yourself into a corner.
Yeah, but no one thought that at the time. They're just like, what is he going to say?
Well, and let's also not forget, that's actually a really poor writing decision, because I know it needs to sound vague, but...
If he would have died at that moment, sure.
Well, but not only that, he says, why wouldn't he say it's on the cat's collar? He knows who the Men in Black are. He doesn't need to speak in code. He wants them to get the galaxy. But instead of saying, first of all, it's not a belt, it's a collar. That's vague as shit.
Yeah,
so right. Can we just... That fucking alien deciding to play in riddles...
And is that cat from outer space?
No, I think the cat's normal. I don't know. Anyway.
A big ass tall man, remember him?
Anyway, UFOs.
Yeah, speaking of, they were, supposedly we're supposed to get a report out soon, and it was supposed to be June 1st, but I'm just like, yeah, of course it's not out.
Yeah, imagine that. Because the government can't do nothing right.
Dude, I've been going down a rabbit hole. Have you heard of the firmament?
The firmament?
You've been reading the Bible. Did you finish it?
I got through Genesis, man. It's a long book.
Okay, I don't know where it is, but supposedly on the second day, according to the Bible,
this would be in the book of Revelation. Oh, wait.
No, God created the firmament, and the firmament is actually kind of like a glass ball, if you will, around flat Earth. Hear me out. Flat Earth. And you ever heard of the pillars of Earth?
I mean, in passing, but...
Well, they hold up the Earth. Like I said,
rabbit
hole people.
I can say with absolute certainty that the firmament is not in the Christian Bible.
I don't. Like I said, I don't know. I just, like I said, I've been watching on TikTok, so I take that shit with a grain of salt.
let's dive into this on TikTok, because there's a lot of bullshit on TikTok.
Hold on though, I looked this up and I see I don't see no support for it. Don't.
There's none.
Oh, it's
such as leprechauns being
so basically black. What they're saying is there's basically a globe around the Earth, and obviously the sun and everything's in it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But anyway, so the pillars of Earth, and underneath the pillars of Earth is the sea, and over the round of it is a sea, because apparently it's a big fucking circle. Life is like a circle. Anyway, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, SpaceX, you know that blue when they were flying and they were going up high in the atmosphere, which there's something else I want to say about the atmosphere. Anyway, so what kind of gas? What are they? They're just using rocket fuel.
Yeah.
So what's that blue light emitting from that? Like, I haven't really looked into it, but do you know?
The blue light emitting from what?
Have you not seen the blue light around the fucking SpaceX when it's flying?
No.
Yeah, it's legit. It's real. And
it's
weird looking. You know,
I would wager say it's probably just reflected light or.
I'm thinking something to do with that. But the thing is, this one guy was like, "Look, It's scraping against the firmament.
Wait, you mean when it's going through the atmosphere?
Well, when it's just flying. Like, I mean, obviously it could just be just going through the atmosphere. It just could be not going through at the right angle.
I guess, is it in the atmosphere or is it outside?
I don't fucking know.
Because if it's in the atmosphere, it could be anything. It could be condensation. This is like the chemtrails thing. Chemtrails are not a thing. It's not a thing. It's fucking condensation. And we know this because it only happens during certain atmospheric conditions. It does not happen with every flight.
China just came out and said that they're talking about they have a weather machine.
Yeah, okay, good for them. Get rid of your smog.
Just saying. Just saying. I feel like...
Yeah, okay, I'll believe it. Much like anything China says, I'll believe it when I see it. Just like that big-ass missile. You might remember this. They unveiled this picture of this giant-ass transcontinental missile that was completely hollow on the inside. Wasn't real.
I didn't know about that one, Scully.
Yeah. This was many years ago. But they were like, oh yeah, we can send this halfway around the world, and then I don't remember who took the photograph, but like they got a photo of them disassembling it, and it was fucking hollow. It wasn't real.
It's like the Earth is hollow.
Yes. According to the Godzilla vs. Kong universe.
Which
that's when I left. That's when I checked out of the movie.
I can't remember if it was Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin. They said that when they landed on the moon and they initially hit it, that it rang like a bell.
I don't know who said that.
Like I said, it's one of those two, and it's actually
could also be that the
could have been anything they were on.
Could have been in the spacecraft too.
Exactly. You know, so it's like I said, anything you hear on the internet anywhere,
it's probably bullshit. Especially on this show.
I just like watching shit. And
like there's you might have seen this guy. There's some guy on there that's literally calling for segregation. And like that's all it is. Like he's saying things like black children need to be kept away from white children and they need to be in separate schools, and that black people are descended from gods, and that
I saw that.
Yeah, and it's like, bro.
And it's like I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad towards that, but I'm like, not too long ago, not too long ago, segregation was real, and everyone was not happy with it. I'm not trying to put that in a light manner, but I'm just saying.
No, and rightfully so.
Come on, people. We don't want to go back to that. That's stupid.
I thought we were past this, but we're going back. Well, that's how the whole Brett Weinstein thing happened, is because they had that. I forget what they actually called it, but it was they basically wanted to have it where white students and white faculty wouldn't come to campus for a day.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Fuck that.
That's stupid.
That's fucking stupid.
That's segregation, and that's."
It's illegal, first of all.
Yeah, because it's
illegal under the Civil Rights Act. Just throwing that out there.
Just because they're white doesn't make it okay.
Just throwing it out there. It's fucking illegal.
But
and then there's a lot of colleges that are I shouldn't say a lot, but there are some colleges that have proposed, and some, I don't know this, but I'm sure some even have. And at this point, it's well, I guess it wouldn't be optional, but they have black-only dormitories and black-only areas.
And black-only areas. And the thing is, I'm like, that's segregation.
It's like, yeah, we tried that already in the South, and
it didn't work out so well.
Yeah, they kind of wanted to get rid of that shit for a very good reason.
Yeah, because it's stupid. You know, I mean, I don't have to be anything.
They wanted segregated graduation, which. I guess here's the point. Like, you know it's racist if you flipped it around and a white person said it, there would be fires in the fucking street.
Yeah.
Because literally, if you change the speaker to a different race and it sounds bad, that means it's racist.
No. Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on that too. Like, they literally ask the same question, and they ask whether it be this race or this race, and they're like, no, it wouldn't be racist that way, and I'm like, it's like, why? They're like, because they say they always say that the definition is a person from superiority,
okay,
and I'm like, nobody's superior over anybody.
That's an inherently racist statement.
I don't know,
because if you believe that,
we probably shouldn't get down that. Yeah, we probably
shouldn't go down that rabbit hole.
They're like, two white guys discussing racism? This is fucking unheard of.
Well, no, I mean, we can. We've seen it. Now, we haven't seen it in relation to ourselves, but we've seen it. I've seen it in my workplace, and I called those motherfuckers out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was fucking stupid. I'm like, do you not want money? Because they have money. Like, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm a capitalist fucking pig. I don't give a shit what color you are. As long as you
pay
got green,
me.
I don't give a fuck. I literally could not care less.
Like, my favorite color is green.
Opening line in Jarred Hit, and it's like, you are no longer black or white or brown. You are now green. You are light green or dark green.
Never seen that.
Oh, Jarhead's amazing. You should watch it.
Oh.
It was on Netflix. I don't remember if it is now or not.
Is it a comedy? Or
It's not a comedy, but there are many, many funny moments. It's kind of like, have you seen Hacksaw Ridge yet? That's a really good movie, but the drill sergeant scene, it's the funniest one since
Still need to watch
Jacket.
1917.
Yes, you do. I wish they would bring that into if they bring that into theaters, we're going.
Deal. Yeah, as long as I don't fucking forget.
Yeah, as long as you don't fucking forget. You know what, though? You didn't miss out.
I did. I liked it. And I need to actually, like I said, I liked it because it was new. And it was different. Because even when Annihilation came out, I liked it.
Oh, when Annihilation came out, we thought that was the greatest fucking thing ever. You know what I noticed, though, when I was looking for that thumbnail for the Raiden video going through walls, I was watching the clip, and literally their green screen is so bad, there are moments where I swear, when I get in front of this camera, I have fucking brain farts. The chroma key,
mm-hmm.
goes through his pant leg. Raiden's pant leg.
It's also like 97.
I know, but still.
Give him a break.
They had green screen in Titanic, and that shit looked fucking great. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We know Slim
They weren't really on the boat.
They weren't on a fucking boat.
They weren't really
and
on
all
a
those
fucking
people
boat.
in the cold water were in a big pool.
Yeah. And it wasn't that cold.
Nope.
Actually, I think it was pretty cold. It wasn't no hypothermic cold, but I guess it was pretty cold in there. Although it was cold by California. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Well, that was a doggy.
Good. I don't need to know about the man behind the curtain. Yeah, so we've failed miserably on this one.
Once again.
I was just going to basically say something like COVID, which no matter what you think about it personally, like, I think we can all agree that it should not have been a political issue.
Shouldn't even have been
It really
as
shouldn't
big
have
as an issue as it was.
Well, big or small, it doesn't matter, because
That's what she said.
It's all about girth. That's for another podcast.
It's like a cheese wheel. I may not touch bottom, but I'll stretch it out.
Oh, God.
That was the great Ron White.
Yes, I'm aware. Oh, God. I got...
COVID is dead now. It's bird
dying.
flu 2.0 now. H1002 or something like that.
H1017.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
What?
There's a new bird flu that fucking is in China right now. There's only one case. There's only one case right now.
There's a bird flu in China like every 6 months. That's why it's not. But I guess my point being
Kind
that
of like there's a billion COVID viruses.
Well, yeah, coronavirus is an umbrella term.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But like, I guess
Pandemic.
the crux of this podcast is that this should not have been a political issue. It literally should have been, okay, we're figuring shit out. We don't know all that much about it yet, but in the meantime, here's what you can do to stay safe and to keep your neighbors safe. And I think if they'd approached it like that,
more people would have been like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, and they would have been more into doing whatever they need to, instead of when you tell someone to do something, it's just ingrained in their DNA. They don't want to do it. Now,
at least here,
if you
it seems to
say,
be a very,
hey, this might help. If you want to do it, that'd be cool. If you don't,
It seems to be an American thing. We've also forgotten
why we're that way in the first place.
Oh no, we know exactly why we're that way. It's
we know, they don't. Not everybody. Sorry.
It's funny. Anytime I have a conversation with somebody who wasn't born and raised in the United States, like, I have to explain to them. They're like, well, because like they don't understand why we're so protective of our guns and our gun rights, and I have to explain it to them. It's like, listen, like, it's part of our it's part of our not our upbringing. Like, it's part of our nation's history. It's ingrained in the law of the land. And how guns have been synonymous with America since before it was founded. You know, it was the firearm, the advancements in firearms that won the Union the Civil War, arguably. That was a big part of it. Also logistics and the fact that we had more fucking people. And we let black soldiers fight eventually.
Which shouldn't have been an issue, but hey, we're learning.
Right, shouldn't have been an issue, but the South sure as shit wasn't.
Hey, I'm Irish, so I mean we had our fair share of shit too.
Comparatively speaking.
Well, technically, partial. That dude, I'm a mutt. I've got some Austrian in me, some Irish. I don't know. Some other things I can't remember what they were. I'd have to look up the report. Anyway, also, what was I getting at?
Something about Irish.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of people like always miscommunicate, and they say that the Irish were slaves when they came over here, and it's actually a misconception. That it was more like contracts.
Indentured servitude.
Yes, and once they served their contract, they were released.
Yeah, slavery was for
still
life.
It was forced upon them.
Okay, so no.
It's a little different. No, I'm saying they were given the opportunity to come here.
Correct.
And if
that's how many of them paid for their passage to the United States.
But still, it wasn't like a job you could just quit.
Well, right, but you signed a contract.
You had to serve. Yeah, but I mean, you're literally signing away your life for a couple of years. Military.
Well, but I mean, it's not like they owned you though. It was different. It was not.
Yeah, it was kind of like I said, kind of like the military, you know.
I mean, essentially.
If you don't, you know, you're going to go to jail or be dishonorably discharged. Like, depending on what you do.
You'll be sued. But you could get out of an indentured servitude contract if you were mistreated. I'm not sure what the particular laws were.
Not them. Some were beaten to death.
Well, and again, this is back in the fucking...
I know. All I'm saying is it's obviously not the same situation.
It's not even close.
But it's still
bad.
The
fact that some people... Yeah, it's bad, but that's kind of like saying... You know, that's like getting shot in the face and kicked in the balls on the same level. Like, they both suck, but...
One kills you.
There's
the other one you wish you're dead.
There's different gradations of suck.
Yes. And
chattel slavery in the Americas was definitely the biggest form of suck.
Yeah, and what was it? What was it that people were saying? I don't know how true this is. You're the history buff, but supposedly that slaves were treated better in the southern states comparatively to the north. No?
That is bullshit on just an epic level.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll say I was reading something.
There are levels of barbarism, particularly in the antebellum period, although it's not like they were ever well treated, slaves coming to the Americas. But there are levels of barbarism that happened before the emancipation of slaves that are just fucking bone-chillingly disgusting. That, I mean, it's just like there are things I've seen.
Now, was it just specific like occurrences? Because I can imagine that there would be specific occurrences.
A lot of these
southern ones that were documented, and maybe some that weren't documented in the north.
I would, and again, without researching it in depth, I would probably and it also depends on the time period you're talking, because there was a time where you would have been treated the same no matter what.
Well, the reason I say that is because, like, I would assume that the North would erase their bad things,
possibly.
And I'm not going. I'm just giving out certain.
Well, no, and that's what I'm on my historical quest to find an actual photo of
a slave ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suspect part of the reason you don't have too many photos is a combination of them being repurposed during and after Reconstruction.
I saw that on your TikTok, dude. That got a lot of views.
Yeah, I know. Not as much as my Hawaiian dollar one, but
that was amazing.
Yeah, I know.
You got like what, 14K?
Oh, on
more
which
than that,
one?
or like 100,000?
It's almost 140,000.
That's crazy.
We got super chat in the South.
I wish that was super chat. Ben, send us a buck.
They could sneeze wrong and get hanged, figuratively speaking. You're probably not wrong. Like, if you accidentally sneezed on an overseer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Because they didn't see them as human. They saw them as lesser.
Well, but...
Not that, per se.
I hate to say it this way, but I can't... they were. God damn it! I hate to say this, but like, it's not like they were arbitrarily like killed because they were. Fuck! I'm gonna throw up in my mouth. They were. They were expensive to buy. God damn it! I hate myself for saying that.
Were slaves?
Yeah.
Well, duh.
Well, right. So you didn't want to you didn't want to just go around, but there were levels of cruelty that were just insane because again, these were not thought of as human beings. But
it's fucked up.
Well, this is the truly disgusting part, and this is why when anybody says something to the effect of like, well, it wasn't really racist, it was just they were thought of differently. Like, no, they didn't beat horses the way they would beat,
No.
God, like there was racially motivated sadism in the South, and it's not deniable. And anybody who says anyone who does deny it,
that's kind of like this. Sorry, you finish.
Well, I was just gonna say they're ill-informed through nonsensical revisionist history, or they're just fucking lying.
That's kind of like the same thing when, say a parent, or not necessarily a parent, but a child or a parent, whichever. My mom and dad were this way, so this made me this way. It's like, no, you make your own fucking choices and you make your own decisions. So
there are
the way they treat people.
There are influences, and so by virtue of that, there are people. Again, not so much. I'm sure it happened in the South. You just don't hear about it. There are people who emancipated their own slaves. It was not widespread, obviously.
Right.
But there are cases where it happened. Abolitionist movements took hold before emancipation, obviously. But what I was getting to before is like there are things that I see in historical dramas that I read about, and like they portray these on screen, and I'm like, did they actually do that? And then I look it up, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, they did. And it wasn't like a one-off thing. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Speaking, while we're on the subject, I just rewatched the 2016 remake of Roots. Fucking amazing. I highly recommend it.
History, I like it, but it's depressing.
I always stay optimistic when it comes to history because I think about it like this happened, but it doesn't happen anymore. At least not here. But that's okay.
Not in the same way.
Not in the same way. But this gets us back to our point, ironically.
Full circle.
Full circle. That's how we do it here on the Average Intelligence Podcast. This is why it irks me to no end when I hear people, and it's always people on the left for this one, talking about disenfranchisement or just bitching and moaning about things. Even things like animal cruelty, which I'm not a fan of animal cruelty, but I mean, like, in the scale of problems in the world today, that's relatively low on the list because slavery actually exists in the world. There are slaves in the United States. Illegal, yes, but...
Oh, sex traffickers and...
Not just sex traffickers.
Actual slaves, yeah.
Sex slaves, yes, but it's not just sex trafficking, it's labor trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think I would wager to say that sex trafficking is more common in the U.S. than any other form of slavery. But, I mean, there are
places...
Fix
that, people. Come on. Seriously. Fix that.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, and this is what I don't understand.
Disgusting.
This is how divided we are as a society. And I think most of it's got to be ignorance because I cannot believe for a second that if this was widespread knowledge, the level of slavery that exists around the world, why are we bitching about... trying to think of something. Why are we bitching about sports teams' names?
When stuff that's not important.
When there are literally children being abducted and forced married. They're being forced to marry grown-ass men who should fucking be protecting these children. That's going on, and how we cannot come together and say this shit needs to stop, let's not argue about that. Let's just figure out a way to fucking stop it.
Because it doesn't work like that. Because they are more worried about shit that is like ingrained in them.
I think they're more. It's easy to. But okay, it's easy to jump on the bandwagon to bitch about something. It's very hard to actually solve a problem.
You're 100% correct.
And I think that's why a lot of these causes have sprung up, because people want to feel important and self-righteous, but doing shit is hard. It's very hard.
It took a dark turn.
Yeah.
But it needs to be in the limelight. Like, it really needs to be out there. Like, more people need to be talking about that.
Well, and again, and this ties into the slavery thing too, but I've mentioned her on the podcast before, Yeonmi Park, and she just appeared on the Jordan Peterson podcast. I'm not finished with it yet, but I want to read her book really, really bad. She's a North Korean defector who was actually sold into slavery to escape North Korea. Yes, she was sold into slavery, and it's exactly what you think it was. And she escaped from that after escaping from North Korea, put herself through college, ended up in the United States, is now a human rights activist, and she cannot fucking believe, and I'm quoting, that people here actually think socialism is a good idea.
Funny, huh?
Because she can tell you, she's lived it, it's not a good idea.
I love their argument, though. Well, the correct form hasn't been tried here.
The correct form's not possible.
There's no correct
form. I'll debate. Well, no, there is a correct form, but it's not possible, because the correct form.
Then that
of
means there is no correct form, because if it's not possible,
there is in theory. It's just not realistic because it completely undermines human nature.
Okay, there's a correct theory.
Yeah, there's a correct theory of communism.
Sorry, I was just wondering.
Well, I also want to point out that Karl Marx's version of communism actually was not a government structure. It was the people deciding to live a certain way. It's true Marxian communism is closer to anarchism than...
Yeah, because the only problem with that is if the group says something, that's what you go with. So if someone says, yo, you stole this, when there's no fucking absolute proof, they're going to kill that person.
Exactly. That's the problem with true, like, pure democracy. Which, again, I always laugh when...
We're a republic.
I'm not a Republican per se.
No, I said we're a republic.
Oh, yes, we're a republic.
That's
why we're a republic, because the republic protects the minority.
Our fucking system is a one in the world. There's no other system like it. There are ones that
there's no other places
ones that
exactly
mimic
like
it,
no,
but not the exact same.
Well, especially in how our Constitution is framed, which I gotta say, I'm always extremely proud of that aspect of the United States, is the Constitution and how it is.
Fucking over 200 years old.
Well, a lot of people make fun of it, and they're relevant. Like, "You worship a document." It's like, fuck yeah, we do.
Do you see what we have?
Exactly.
Just gonna point that out. I mean, we're able to sit here and fucking drink Pepsi and be fat.
We are literally the only country. We're literally the only country in the world that treats our rights as truly inalienable and not given to us by the government. The government exists to protect those rights. Yep. It's a conversation I have with everyone who wasn't born and raised in the United States. That's
God-given is what they say.
Well, inalienable. They say God-given, inalienable. Same difference.
I'm just
the point is the rights supersede the government, and it is the job of the government to protect those rights and ensure that they are not infringed by the government.
Which
they are getting infringed by the government.
They're trying to infringe.
Well, it happens.
They're doing fairly well at doing it right now.
Well, and frankly, that happens with Democrats and Republicans. Although I will say, I was pleasantly surprised with Trump when he was in office, because he had several instances where he probably could have taken.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, and he
had several chances to fucking overstep.
He doesn't get any credit for that either, and he should. And I love
in the Middle East.
Well, I'm talking about pure overstepping, and I forget the name of the law, but basically he could have forced factories to produce PPE and ventilators, but he didn't. He sat down and talked to them and
negotiated.
I negotiated. And it's the greatest negotiation ever.
I can't do his voice.
I'm getting better. It's not great yet, but
I just want to tell you, I'm the best. I can't do it at all.
That's okay. It's better than my fucking whoever I was impersonating and ended up being Harry Carey.
I don't remember that.
I don't know why this is funny. I was impersonating. But anyway, and then I morphed into
like Harry Carey. You mean Harry Krishna, Mom? Sorry, that's a Goonies reference. I'm old.
I love the Goonies.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, you guys.
They were talking about making a new one with the kids.
Oh, you can't make that anymore. You couldn't put Sloth on there.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about
now
that.
we can't even make the Goonies anymore.
Yeah, but Sloth isn't gonna have kids. I don't mean. I don't mean to be mean.
That is offensive.
I don't think there's any woman taking the team for that one.
Maybe she's blind.
That's true. Did you see that TikTok I sent you with the blind dog on the couch? I felt so bad for that dog.
Yeah.
The owners moved the couch on the blind dog, and the damn thing smacked right into the wall.
I tried to jump onto the couch, though, for context, so it wasn't even just walking into a wall.
Yeah. It was like, oh, comfy couch. BAM!
BAM!
All right. Enough TikTok, god dang
That's okay. My dog runs into shit, and she's perfectly capable of seeing. She just moves before she looks.
My dog runs into people all the time.
Because she's kind of dumb. My dog, not his.
She's a dumb dog, too. And she's very smart, actually. She can open our pantry door.
See, what kills me is my dog will have moments where she seems dumb as shit like 80% of the time, but just occasionally.
She's playing you.
She is playing me. She has to be. And then she's got that. Anybody who has a dog knows this look. When she's doing something bad, but just to get a rise out of me, she's got that fucking look. Like, you know what I'm doing.
All right, let's end this on AMC, Bitcoin, all that other fun shit. What'd he say?
There's no such thing
as enough TikTok. Ben, you send me a lot of fucking TikToks.
You know what? That's
dude.
fucking. I know what.
And I'm okay because they're funny as shit.
They engineer that app to be addictive. They do. It's legitimate.
It really is. And honestly, like, that app actually kind of worried me at first. You know, with the whole China thing, and I was like, reading too much into it.
Oh no, they're totally stealing your data. But I mean, to what end? You know,
I don't care. I ain't got nothing to steal on my phone.
That's kind of what I'm looking. But the point is, I'm willingly making that.
I got rid of Facebook and everything off my phone.
Yeah, but you're still on Facebook.
Computer.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a really good strategy. Because you have to make a conscious effort to log in.
I have decent strategies. That's why I have $7,000 in AMC. Only off an $800 investment, and it's still mooning.
It's still mooning.
I hope tomorrow, when I wake up, I wish I could just wake up at 9:30 when the market opens.
Why can't you wake up at 9:30?
I got kids.
I don't.
And plus they have dentist appointments tomorrow.
Oh, you mean you have to wake up earlier?
Well, I mean, I kind of do. Sasha wakes up and.
Oh, I thought you meant like you woke up after 9:30.
Oh no. The market opens up at 9:30, so that's generally when I'm pop up the phone.
Shit, those fuckers on Wall Street have already done 6 lines of coke and jerked off 3 times.
Yeah, and those hedge funds, man. Did you hear how much they paid out? $1.1 billion.
Man.
And that's not even the short. That's not even.
Benji's active. Hey, you guys are the rich ones, and dude, I'm not rich.
Benji.
I'm not rich.
I sent you a freaking invite to a certain crypto that you could earn for free, and you have not responded.
Actually, there's 2. There's Pi's not even worth anything yet.
No, but the thing is, it's well, there are certain exchanges, but they're not your normal exchanges, and people are they're exchanging on those for like $10 a Pi, and I'm like, even when that goes live, it's only gonna be worth like 0.00002.
Yeah, but again,
it can still go up, and
I think
the thing
it's
free.
I think I've got like 104 Pi. I don't know.
I'm almost at like 600.
I'd have to look.
I've been doing it a long time though.
Yeah, and plus I think you've got more people. I've just got you.
Benji, sign up.
Sign up with me. Give me more Pi. I'll send you an invite.
More pie.
More pie.
I do not choose to eat this pie.
The pie chooses to be eaten by me.
So,
and then the other crypto is the BAT on the Brave browser. Which,
yeah.
When I figure out how to do it, I will enlighten all of you on how you can tip us for being such great content creators.
Yes. I won't do that winky thing again, I promise. That was weird. So Dogecoin is rallying up again because Elon Musk is working with their developers.
Yeah, I'm almost back up to my original investment.
Oh yeah, I know, you poor thing. Would you hop in at like 45 cents?
You didn't send me anything. I'll send you an invite after this.
Oh, shit, I got that text message to prove it. I'll show it to you on air.
I choose to say on this microphone that you are spouting bullshit, sir.
What does that say right there?
I am sending you 1 Pi. Pi is a new digital currency developed by Stanford PhDs with over 10 million members worldwide. To claim your Pi, follow this link, http://minepi.com/SWTRC87 and use my username, SWTRC87, as your invitation code.
Right there.
Yeah, it's right there, and it is verified.
It is verified.
Unlike my election, which was stolen by the mafia. It's actually true.
Yeah, that's probably who he was assassinated by. Because
maybe I suspect he was assassinated because he tried to reinstate the gold standard.
And on top of that, he wanted less government as a Democrat.
What? Fucking
he
crazy.
Advocated and freaking ran on small government, and he even said it. Small government.
Yeah, then the whole Bay of Pigs thing happened, though.
Bastards, dude. That fucking fly, dude. Dead.
What's it got, an hour left to live? Although I gotta say, my favorite president, Calvin Coolidge.
Didn't he take over for somebody?
No, he got elected.
Was he elected?
But he didn't do fuck all, and that's why I like him.
So you like Biden?
No, Biden's done plenty. No, Calvin Coolidge just actually, probably the last president.
Biden signed shit. He hasn't done anything.
Well, but okay, so the reason I like Coolidge so much is because I'd say he's probably the last president to really understand what the office of the president is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's essentially not that much. But there's a famous story. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently there's a famous story because Coolidge didn't even talk that much. So he's my kind of guy. But apparently he was at some dinner, and I want to say it was a reporter from the New York Post, but it was a reporter. And she said, I have a bet going with another reporter from such and such paper that I can get you to say more than 2 words. And he apparently, according to the story, looked her dead in the eye and said, you lose. And then just walked away. That.
Now if she would have been rude, he would be like, you lose, bitch. Oh, fuck.
Shit. Damn it.
Did you hear about Biden rolling back something that Trump did in, I want to say, Alaska? And the thing is...
Yeah, they're no longer able to do exploratory oil, which I'm okay with that.
Yeah, the only problem is, were they actively drilling and bringing in more oil?
I don't think so. They were exploring. It was exploratory.
Okay. Well, supposedly, according to this article, and like I said to the person I was speaking to, if it's federally something federally, basically to the point to where Biden could be sued for it. And I was like, if it's an offense, then he's just going to get sued.
Yeah, then he'll get sued. Yeah, it's
and that'd be hilarious.
I'm really okay.
But if there was, like I said, if there was drilling and there was oil coming from there, and that's going to raise the gas price even more because we're almost at $3 a gallon.
That's got very little to do with Biden, though. In all actuality,
Keystone Pipeline made a big difference in that.
But again, that's a speculation of.
Got to transport gas somehow.
I agree, but I agree they can still transport gas. The irony is
natural gas.
Oh yeah, FYI. But the irony is that a pipeline is probably one of the safest and cleanest ways to transport gasoline.
Indeed.
Transporting it by rail is much costlier in terms of energy expenditure, and by truck is just stupid.
Yeah. And like I said, by truck costs considerable amounts of gas.
Yeah.
Which is like burning the candle at both ends.
Yeah. And you don't have that much candle.
He definitely doesn't.
I got hairy legs
that turn blonde in the sun. Dude, the song. I got hairy legs.
It's still not better than wet ass P word.
No. I don't know. That's tough. They both make me belly laugh.
The difference is Shapiro owns his.
Oh, Shapiro's great. I'm glad he finally found a sense of humor.
Yeah, I know. I was starting.
He found a soul.
I think he just got older and realized he's like, you know what? If I keep doing things the way I'm doing, I'm gonna get myself an ulcer and die.
think that's a good stopping point.
We have rallied.
And
we are done. We touched a little bit on it with a lot of side tangents.
And actually, if you listen to the whole thing, it kind of comes around full circle.
On YouTube or Spotify.
Yes. Listen to it on Spotify.
Listen to it on both. Just let it play. Let it play while you're sleeping. Let it play when you're at the gym.
Both.
Make your kids listen to it.
You deserve that.
You want to put your kids to sleep? Turn on the Average Intelligence Podcast.
Indeed. Like, share, subscribe.
Comment.
Comment.
Only positive things, so we don't want to hate.
All right, everyone. Bye-bye.